Here are 7 timeless lessons from one of the best-selling financial books of all time, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. A book that reminds us that wealth is not a mystery reserved for the lucky or the gifted, but a result of discipline, understanding, and timeless principles that never grow old. Picture a civilization of grand stone walls, golden markets, and merchants from distant lands, Babylon, the ancient center of prosperity. Its wealth did not rise from chance. It came from simple truths about money that were taught, practiced, and passed down. And even though the world today looks different, with digital apps instead of gold coins, modern cities instead of stone gates, the challenges remain the same. People work long hours, earn more than ever, yet struggle to save. Expenses grow, desires expand, and financial peace feels distant. This book does not promise shortcuts or miracles. Instead, it offers wisdom that has guided ordinary individuals into financial stability for generations. Wisdom that begins with the story of 2 friends, Bansir and Kabi, who, despite working hard, found themselves broke and frustrated. Their search for answers led them to Arkad, the richest man in Babylon, and the timeless lessons he shared. These lessons are not complex. They are not hidden. They are not reserved for a select few. They are principles that anyone, regardless of background, age, or income, can begin to apply today. Now, let us explore these lessons, one by one. In the heart of the ancient world, guarded by vast desert sands and nourished by the slow curve of the Euphrates River, stood the great city of Babylon. A city of towering walls, bustling markets, and streets lined with merchants calling out prices of gold, fine linen, ivory, and spices. Babylon was known far and wide as a place of wealth, of commerce, and of wisdom. But what was the true source of Babylon's prosperity? It was not luck, nor miracle, nor accident. It was knowledge of how money works. And those centuries have passed. Though our world now glitters with digital screens instead of stone walls, and our transactions happen with cards and apps instead of gold coins, the struggles remain the same. Many today labor tirelessly, yet see little progress. Income rises, yet so do expenses. Opportunities appear, yet fear and uncertainty hold us back. We earn, but still feel trapped. This is why The Richest Man in Babylon is timeless. It speaks across ages, across cultures, across lifestyles, because human nature does not change, and neither do the laws of money. This book offers not tricks, not shortcuts, not fantasies, but simple, eternal principles that can lead anyone, no matter their background, toward stability, dignity, and financial freedom. And to learn these lessons, we begin with 2 ordinary men, Bansir and Kabi. Lesson 1. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. The story of Bansir and Kabi. Bansir was a skilled chariot builder. His hands were rough from years of carving wood and bending strong beams into the elegant frames used by soldiers and nobles. Yet one warm afternoon, we find him sitting on a low wall, staring at the half-finished chariot before him, lost in deep thought. His friend, Kabi, a musician, approaches him. The 2 talk, and their conversation reveals a painful truth. Despite their hard work, despite years of effort, despite skill, discipline, and long days, they are still poor, still anxious, still uncertain of tomorrow. And it is in this moment of frustration that they decide to seek the wisdom of the richest man in Babylon, Arkad. Arkad was not born wealthy. He was once just like them, ordinary, unnoticed, with no special advantage. Yet over time, he rose to become the richest in all the city. When they ask him how he achieved such success, Arkad shares the first and most foundational principle of wealth. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. Not should be yours. Not might be yours. Is yours. Arkad instructs them to take 10% of every coin they receive and keep it for themselves. Before paying rent. Before buying food. Before giving to others. Save first, spend after. Bansir and Kabi protest. How can we save when we already have so little? Arkad answers gently. The mind grows stronger when it learns to respect what it earns. Start with 1/10. You will not feel its absence, but you will feel its growth. Today, the same struggle lives in us. The rent is due. There are groceries to buy. There are children to feed, transportation to cover, and unexpected expenses that always seem to come. We tell ourselves we will save later, when we have extra. But there is never extra. So we reverse the formula. Save first. Spend what remains, even if it is small, even if it is $5, $20, $50 a month. The habit is the real treasure, not the amount. Set up automatic savings, 10% of every paycheck, transferred directly before you touch it. You will not notice the subtraction, but over time, you will notice the security. And one day, you will notice the freedom. Lesson 2. Control thy expenditures. Spend less than you earn. Once Bansir and Kabi began saving, Arkad taught the second law of wealth. What we call necessities often are only desires in disguise. We humans have a quiet habit. As our income increases, our spending increases to match. We convince ourselves, I earn more, so it is only right that I upgrade my lifestyle. But Arkad warns them, to desire what you do not need is to drain your wealth. Vendors call out the price of fragrant oils, fresh fruits, jewelry, beautifully woven tunics, and fine sandals. The temptation of display, comfort, and pleasure is everywhere. People believe wealth means showing wealth. But Arkad teaches the opposite. Wealth is built in silence. Wealth is grown privately. Wealth is earned by discipline. We live today in a world of comparison. We scroll past images of vacations we are not on, cars we do not drive, homes we do not own. And without noticing, we begin to feel behind. But no life is lived online. Life is lived in the quiet moments, where our choices either support our future or consume it. Financial struggle is often not due to insufficient income, but unconscious spending. So we bring awareness. For the next 30 days, track every expense. Not to judge, not to restrict, but simply to see. Because once you see where your money goes, you gain the power to redirect it. Bit by bit, you begin to live below your means. Not as sacrifice, but as an act of self-respect and future building. Lesson 3. Make thy gold multiply. Let money work for you. Saving alone is not wealth. It is only the seed. To grow wealth, the seed must be planted. Arkad tells the story of a shield maker who borrowed money from him. The shield maker used the money to purchase more materials, expand production, and sell more shields. Over time, he repaid Arkad with interest, and Arkad's wealth grew without any extra effort. This is the essence of investing. Gold in a purse is like a tree that grows only when planted. Let thy gold earn more gold. Today, this principle translates to investing in stocks, buying real estate, owning businesses, funding education, and skill growth, creating digital or scalable income streams. Even the smallest investment can grow through compound interest, the quiet force that multiplies wealth across time. Imagine waking up one day to realize your savings have grown larger while you slept. Not through luck, but through patience and wisdom. This is the moment when money begins to work for you, instead of you working for money. Lesson 4. Guard thy treasures from loss. Seek knowledge before investing. Arkad shares another important lesson, learned from painful mistakes. A man once invested in what he thought were rare jewels, yet they turned out to be worthless glass. The lesson: it is wiser to consult the knowledgeable than to trust the hopeful. Greed and ignorance are the two greatest destroyers of wealth. Today we encounter get-rich-quick schemes, flashy cryptocurrency, hype Ponzi networks, forex signals, with promises of 200% returns, influencers offering shortcuts to riches. But the timeless rule remains: never invest in something you do not understand before putting your money anywhere. Learn, read, ask questions, study, seek advice from those with proven experience, not those with loud enthusiasm. The wise do not chase quick gains. The wise build slowly, steadily, confidently. Lesson 5. Own thy dwelling. Build stability and foundation. Arkad encourages people to own their homes rather than rent endlessly. A home provides root security, pride, stability, and growing equity. Even a modest home becomes a fortress against the uncertainty of life. Home ownership remains one of the strongest wealth builders. This does not mean rushing to buy a house before you are ready. It means planning carefully, saving, preparing, and buying wisely. Start a home fund, even if slowly. Learn about affordable loan programs. Study real estate in your area. The goal is not luxury. The goal is security. Lesson 6. Ensure a future income. Prepare for years when strength fades. Arcad reminds us, there will come a day when the body tires, when work is slower, when energy softens. To ignore this reality is to build a house on sand. Instead, we prepare now. This is the purpose of retirement savings accounts, pension plans, dividend investments, rental property, income businesses that generate value even when we rest. To know that your future is provided for is one of the greatest forms of peace. This is not about fear. This is about care. Care for your future self. Lesson 7. Increase thy ability to earn. The most powerful investment is in yourself. Finally, Arcad shares the secret above all secrets. He began as a poor scribe. He owned nothing. He was owed nothing. He had no inheritance and no rich connections. But he possessed one advantage: a willingness to learn. He took the time to acquire knowledge. He studied trade. He observed successful men. He worked harder. He expanded his skills. He sought wisdom more eagerly than comfort. The mind of a man is the greatest creator of wealth. Every skill you develop increases your value, increases your income, potential increases your opportunities. Your earning ability grows as you grow. Read more, practice new abilities, learn digital skills, seek mentors, study money, not just earn it. Every hour you invest in yourself returns many times its value. And so the wisdom of Babylon flows into our lives today, not as myth, not as history, but as guidance. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. Spend less than you earn. Let your money grow. Protect it wisely. Build stability. Prepare for tomorrow. And above all, invest in yourself. Wealth is not luck. Wealth is not magic. Wealth is not a gift. Wealth is a practice. A slow, steady shaping of habits, choices, and mindset. If you begin with even one of these lessons, your life will begin to change. And one day, perhaps sooner than you expect, you will look back and realize the journey began with a single small decision to take control of your future. The wisdom of Babylon is now in your hands. Your story of wealth begins now. Before you go, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss our next inspiring video.